it's Clu Clu Land, a semi-known title from Nintendo. Thanks pretty much due to the fact Nintendo never forgets their early games they made for the NES that were never really given sequels like Urban Champion and Ice Climber by porting them to their virtual consoles and such. Clu Clu is onomatopoeia for kuru kuru, meaning the sound of something spinning around. Not sure what spinning things could produce this sound effect, but I'm not Japanese, so let's forget about it and talk about the game. Clu Clu Land has you take control of Bubbles, the pufferfish who must swim her way through these turning posts which will produce a ruby from Legend of Zelda. I guess this takes place in the timeline where the goddesses flooded the earth. Nintendo crossover lore! Bubbles cannot stop swimming. How do you turn her around? By grabbing these turning posts by sticking out her arm, which will tilt her in the direction you want to go after you let go. Watch out for the bottomless pits and the arenas these sea urchins. Thankfully you can attack by shooting this beam Bubble has. Many would call this a maze game, like Pac-Man, which I really don't see. I mean, it's a game where you control a spherical character who runs around this closed space while avoiding enemies and eating fruit. Okay, you know what? It's exactly like Pac-Man. Well, I can get the Pac-Man part, but not the maze part. After unveiling all the rubies, which will shape into something like a heart or house or such, and they'll tally up your points where you see that Bubbles looks a lot like Meatwad. There's also a co-op mode for two-player action where I think most of the entertainment will come from, as the tally-up screen will show who racked up the most points for some couch competition. Clu Clu Land was a game I absolutely loathed when I first played it years ago, but as I continued playing it more, when I went back to NES ROMs, Clu Clu Land kinda grew on me to the point where I like it enough to recommend. Nintendo was nice enough to give Clu Clu Land a semi-follow-up known as Clu Clu Land D outside of Japan. It was just more levels, but it was the thought that counts for a game I'm sure nobody cared about. Plus it got a boss fight. And you gotta respect a video game character who after getting a game over still has a big smile on her face anyways. Live on, Bubbles.